Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. As some of you may know, earlier this spring I visited the ship petroglyph in Copper Harbor, Michigan. If you haven't seen that video or don't know the petroglyph that I'm talking about, I'll give you a quick refresher. There's a carving of a ship in the northernmost point of Michigan's Upper Peninsula near Copper Harbor. This petroglyph has added evidence to the theory that Bronze Age seafaring civilizations in the Mediterranean sailed from Europe to the New World to mine or to trade for Michigan's copper. Some people think it could have been the Phoenicians or the Minoans or even at a later date, the Vikings. This is one of the many theories surrounding the mining in ancient times from 1200 to 10,000 BC, possibly even older. The Phoenician theory has been poo-pooed the most by mainstream academics, as they claim that the Phoenicians only sailed through the Mediterranean and the British Isles at the furthest reaches due to the lack of technology that they had at the time, and they claim that the trip across the Atlantic Ocean would have been unachievable by these Bronze Age peoples. The date of this recording, October 5th, 2025, over the past weekend, I attended the Ancient Artifact Preservation Society conference on ancient America in Harris, Michigan. I've been promoting this conference basically since the inception of my channel, and I strongly recommend going to it. They hold it every year. It's fantastic. Great lectures, great knowledge, great people. During one of the lectures, it was mentioned that there was this Phoenicians Before Columbus project that took place between 2019 and 2020, which I was not aware of this, and it really caught my ear and eye. And I thought it was a really, really cool project that they did. Between 2007 and 2008, a man named Khalid Hamad led the design and building of a replica of a 600 BC Phoenician ship based on the wreckage of a ship found in the Mediterranean called the Jules Verne 7. The name of this ship was the Phoenicia. Between 2008 and 2010, the 60-foot vessel led by British explorer Philip Beale sailed from Syria all the way around the African continent, back up north through the Straits of Gibraltar, across the Mediterranean, and ending in its small island of Arwad in the south of Syria. This journey was inspired by the expedition described by the Greek, which, as the story goes, the Egyptian king Necho sent out a fleet of Phoenicians to sail west from the Arabian Gulf around and back to the Mediterranean and Egypt through the Straits of Gibraltar. I am absolutely paraphrasing and shortening the whole story of that. I know. And the trip was successful. They landed themselves in the record books. An absolutely massive feat. But eventually, the ship's captain and some of the crew had their eyes set on a much more dangerous journey to sail to the New World. In 2019, volunteers organized to make another massive journey on the Phoenicia. The journey began in Carthage, which was a historically important base, or the home city for the Phoenicians, founded in 814 BC. And the plan was to sail through the Straits of Gibraltar, stop in the Canary Islands for one last resupply and any repairs, and sail across the Atlantic Ocean to reach America, which was something, this replica of a 600 BC ship, which, according to academics, claimed couldn't have been possible thousands of years ago. So they set sail, but unfortunately, before they could reach the Straits, Gibraltar, they had some damage to the top of their mast and were forced to stop in Algeria for 3 days to make repairs. After 3 days in the ship's repair, the voyage began again. They sailed through the Straits of Gibraltar with one last stop in the Canary Islands for any resupplies and any small repairs before they set across the Atlantic Ocean. After 39 days of open sailing, the crew spotted land for the first time. It was the island of Hispaniola, the same island that Christopher Columbus had made his base for the exploration of the New World in 1492. That transatlantic sailing for the ancient seafarers of the Mediterranean was absolutely achievable, no doubt about it. Eventually, the crew of the Phoenicia would head north through the Caribbean Sea and eventually land on the shores of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This voyage of these brave volunteers that crewed the Phoenicia proved that the Phoenicians or other Bronze Age seafaring civilizations had the technology and the ships worthy of sailing across the Atlantic, and perhaps most likely back. As of now, the Phoenician resides at the Phoenician Ship Museum in Lee County, Iowa, as they are reassembling it for display, and also I believe they are planning on displaying it around other places in the country. And hopefully they come somewhere near me because I'd love to go see it. This vessel between the two trips sailed 30,000 nautical miles across the oceans. Once again, as I've said before, proving that the technology and the ocean-faring ships were absolutely attainable thousands of years before Columbus ever set sail. The journey of the Phoenician from Carthage to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, adds another reinforcement to the theory that Bronze Age people were the miners or traded with the miners for Michigan's copper. One could use the argument that it still doesn't prove anything because there have been no Bronze Age tools or trade goods found in the Americas, mainly, especially around the Michigan area. There is an argument against that, could be that the Bronze Age sailors only packed what they needed for provisions to survive the journey across the ocean. So that way they could fill up their cargo with as much copper as they could before they sailed back to Europe using the Gulf Stream's northeastern flowing currents to assist with their return journey. So what are your thoughts after hearing about this journey made in modern times using a replica of a 600 BC ship about the ancient Bronze Age people sailing across the Atlantic? Do you think it was possible? Do you think they did? Let me know in the comments. I'm certainly starting to believe this theory more and more. I absolutely believe that there was transatlantic trade, or at least transatlantic travels during the Bronze Age, maybe even earlier. But let me know in the comments what you think. If you liked the video, subscribe, hit the like button. I have a lot more videos coming in the future. I'll be doing live streams as well on this channel on both topics of Michigan copper or other topics throughout history. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.